If you do go on to enjoy today's video, do me a favour and hit that like button and of course subscribe to the channel for more daily content. And if you need any coins for Ultimate Team to get a head start on the game, head to the link in the description, use the code TVM for a discount at checkout. What is going on, guys? I'm here. Welcome back to a brand new predictions video, and only a couple of hours after I've done my footmus, we are here talking about freeze. Is this real? Is it not? To be honest, I don't know. A lot of people seem to think it is. This is obviously taken from a Spanish version of the game. It doesn't appear at the moment, but that doesn't mean it's not real. Earlier today, I did this, which was Footmus Predictions. It's the promo we have every single year around this time. However, EA may be going down more of a politically correct path. They didn't do Halloween this year, they did Rule Breakers. They may not do Footmus, they may do this type of thing, which would be Freeze. Now, the card type that you're looking at right here probably isn't the same, because this is more than likely a winter refresh kind of thing. But with freeze cards, I've gone with players who were born, for the majority anyway, were born between December and March, because that is winter months. We've had Declan Rice, we're talking about Aaron Ramsey. Now, I don't have their exact birthdays, but I know that the majority of the players in this list are born within that 3-month period. I'd like to be able to boost them massively, but I'm not sure if EA want to put like a weird spin on it. That would be very welcome, because they're sort of boosts that you wouldn't mind. But this Edin Dzeko, for example, you know, he's born smack bang in the middle of December. However, I just don't think that card is going to be desirable to even Roma fans. You know, he just doesn't have the pace. People are not going to want to use him. So it would be nice if they could freeze one stat and boost loads of others or something. Jesse Lingard is another player born in December. His card, even boosted to an 84, doesn't look particularly great. I mean, if you want to use him in Managerial Masterpiece or something, fair enough. But other than that, I don't think many people are going to be interested. Moving on to Hummels, a card that I think he got a winter refresh, didn't he? Did he last year? I can't remember. Either way, 89 rated, very good defensive stats, great physicals. If you were to manually defend, obviously with pace it's going to be an issue, but if you leave it to the AI to defend and you control your CDMs, this guy will mop up everything. Moving on to MINAMINO, 83 rated right wing, great pace, great dribbling, and the rest of the card kind of falls by the wayside. Again, unless you're a Liverpool fan, I just don't think you really care outside of objectives such as Managerial Masterpiece, so on and so forth. But another player born in, I think, December is James Milner. I think he's born toward the back end. There are a lot of these players born in December, January, February, and like I said, March, because they are classed as the winter months. There are a few here or there thrown in that aren't born between those periods, but that's just because I think maybe they might think outside the box a little bit. Basically, the reason I've gone for the birthdays is because that's how FIFA Mobile work. Thorgan Hazard is another one. I think he's born quite late on, actually. He might be born in March, but 86 rated, great pace and dribbling. Obviously, I think he's 4-star, good passing, good shooting. I think Eden Hazard is born as well in January, so he's up for contention, but I've not put him in the video. Another player who I think is born on the 5th of March is Fred, same day as Harry Maguire, actually, but I don't think they'll give him a card. Fred is one of those players that gets used an awful lot, or has been used an awful lot. He was extinct for a while at the very beginning of the game, very meta, so why not? Why not indeed? I'd welcome it. I'd be quite interested in that card, actually. Asensio is another one that was born, I think, in December. 85 rated left wing. I mean, if they put him as a central card, he'd be very usable, and I think a lot of people would quite like him. But as a left wing, maybe just a little bit on the slow side, unfortunately. I did put Vinicius Jr. in the Footmus predictions, so I don't know which one you'd rather. This is a player who I don't think was born in the winter months, but a player that I thought I'd throw in there anyway, and that's Hadji of Rangers. Don't worry, Celtic fans, I've not forgot about you. You will be represented as well. There are more than 2 teams in Scotland, by the way. EA just seem to forget this. But decent little card for Managerial Masterpiece, nothing more. And the same with EDOUARD as well. 83 rated for him. Decent pace, dribbling, not too bad on physical. Big shooting boost as well. And I mean, links to a lot of players. And of course, there are a fair few Scottish League cards out there. So yeah, you never know. Maybe, possibly. Moving on to Neres. For Ajax, of course, there are a lot of good Ajax cards in the game this year. They've given Promes a road to the final. Gravenberch has a good card. Why not indeed, right? I mean, this would be very good if you could sort of squeeze him into a Dutch League team. Moving on to Balde, again, a player that wasn't born in the winter months to the best of my knowledge. However, a card that I could probably see happening at some point. Kind of fits the meta of the game. One of those lower rated cards that, again, fits into those objectives. I always go back to it, but managerial masterpiece in particular. Moving on to Pulisic, again another card. You know, Chelsea have been not represented very well, actually, especially through team of the group stage. Plenty of players there that could be given boosts. A couple of players with special cards already, but Pulisic is definitely one of those cards that would be highly sought after. Great dribbling, decent, well, very good pace, actually, decent short passing. Frankie de Jong, a very usable card that needs a bit of an update. 85 rated is good, but the 87 would be even better, of course. Great physical, great dribbling, decent pace, nice passing. Why not, indeed? I'd welcome this. I don't think I'd be able to fit him into my team, but I'd definitely give it a try. Moving on to Ben Yedder, not a player that has been as good this year as he was last year. In fact, nowhere near. Last year he was broken. This year, even with an inform, not quite as good, unfortunately. But a little help in hand from EA with regards to a freeze card, and you never know. Icardi, again, another player born within those sort of 3-month period, 4-month period. He's one of those cards that needs more pace. He just does. He needs, 85 pace, 89 dribbling or something, and then we can talk. Until that happens, unfortunately, this is going to be a card purely for fans and fans only. Moving on to James. This guy would be very nice. Not because he would be a great card necessarily, but he's one of those that you could easily drop in as a centre-back. He's low enough rated that you could use him in objectives. And he's already a little bit, not overpowered, but he is used a lot, such as Tomori. Tomori is a player that is used an awful lot already as well. Give this guy a shadow, and oh my days, does he turn into a very good card. I mean, again, one of those cards that you just see in Managerial Masterpiece all the time, and you saw at the very beginning of the game. I can see EA boosting cards that were used an awful lot at the beginning, Hernandez being one of them. I think he was given a special card last year that made him very desirable. This year, why not give him a freeze card? Great pace, great defending, decent physicals, can play out from the back as well. I would definitely welcome it. Links into a lot of good Bundesliga players as well. Moving on to Mahrez, a player who missed out on a second inform because EA's inform and upgrade system is completely out of date. They could easily have given Mahrez a second inform. Unfortunately, he got it far too close to his other card, so EA decided not to. So why not give him a little bit more of a boost with this freeze card? 5-star skills as well, why not? Christian Eriksen could be on his way out of Inter come the January window, so he'll probably get a January ones to watch or winter ones to watch. But obviously he's got to make the move first. Why not give him this freeze card? It does look almost identical actually to his winter refresh last year. Toni Kroos hasn't had a special item this year, which is a bit of a novelty because he normally gets himself a screen card with heavily boosted pace. I hope, like I said, that this freeze promo isn't just, look, here's a bunch of cards we've given inform boosts to. I hope they actually go and say, look, we've given every player 5-star skills or 5-star weak foot, or we've given them all 90 pace. It would be so much fun. Robertson doesn't need a boost of pace necessarily, would be a very good card anyway, and then he would turn into a usable left back, and those who are Liverpool fans, such as myself, would be very interested in this because we could start building that, well, maybe past and present Liverpool team, but just a present Liverpool team would be nice. That looks like a very good card. Speaking of past and present Liverpool, Emre Can, if he got a boost in any way, this would be insane. What a card that is. For an 85 rated, that is, in my opinion, better than Leon Goretzka's inform. That's just unreal. That is such a good card. He is nearly 80 club. What a card that is. I'd love that. I really would. Wouldn't fit, but I'd still love it. Karim Benzema normally gets one of these sort of token, I'm high rated, but you won't use me cards. Not great on pace, and of course pace very important this year. People love it, so he won't ever get used, but still, great shooting, great dribbling, high rated, and something I'm sure you'd still like packing even if you aren't going to use it. And finally, the guy of the thumbnail, it is Neymar himself. Now, I put him into Footmas predictions. I just think the next promo contains Neymar. You know, he's been dropping a lot in price recently, his normal card. He hasn't had a sniff of a special item this year. Maybe once he could have been given an inform, but I think now's the time, regardless of the promo that drops on Friday, and I'm sure we'll find out very soon what that may be. Maybe they give us a tease for Freeze, maybe they give us a tease for Footmas, I don't know. But whatever happens, I think Neymar will be in there for sure. Let me know, would you rather it just stick to Footmas, or would you rather this Freeze? Freeze opens up a lot more. You know, they could still do the like 10 days of Christmas or whatever it may be, but they'll just call it 10 days of Freeze or 25 days of winter or whatever. I think they're just trying to be politically correct. So if they do bring out Freeze, it's not going to replace Footmas. Well, it will replace Footmas, but what I mean is it's going to be Footmas wrapped into Freeze. It's just a rebrand. That's all it is. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Would you rather them just stick to Footmas and forget political correctness, or are you happy for them to switch to Freeze, which, in my opinion, may open up different possibilities to be able to just branch out and do whatever the hell they want, because this is a completely custom promo that they can do whatever they want with. And I like that idea, so long as they're willing to experiment. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.